Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Marco DC is looking like a stunning man, darling. Now, guys, to go on further with when you're about 40 or whatever, when you want to leave your legacy behind, you really want to focus on what you've done for people, you know? I mean, you can't be perfect when you're around people. Sometimes you make judgments, sometimes you do whatever. You try not to. You're going to fail at times. But the point of the matter is you want to leave a good legacy. Like for me, my legacy is to be fighting for human rights, making sure people thrive. My other legacy is to do a very good job looking like a beautiful woman, the most beautiful woman in the world and the best looking man in the world. To sing and dance, to act, to do comedy, to do motivational speeches, that is just for free. Uh, some memes, very few some poetry, but some stuff like that. To read short stories. Those things I can go down in history for. You're not going to go down in history for when you went to the club and somebody bumped into you and spilled a drink on you and you said you got mad at them. Which I mean, that's happened to me and I never got mad at the person. But if you're in the bar and like in the dance club and somebody spills their drink on you and you get mad at them, you're not going to go down in history for that, for getting mad at them. Or let's say you've had a bad customer service rep. I'm usually very good with customer service reps, but I've been angry with them sometimes. And so you're not going to go down in history being like, oh no, I can't. I shouldn't have been angry at the person on the customer service rep. I mean, but I'm not usually like that now. But anyway, I used to be when I was younger. So you know, you just kind of have to forgive yourself for the failings, forgive yourself for the flaws. The point of my existence is to be very nice to people, at least in my videos. Of course, I try to be everywhere else, but I'm human. There's times where I'm going to fail at that. There's times where I'm not going to be my best. There's times where I'm going to be, you know, saying something, and it might not even be about the person in the room, but it's something that I'm going to say that kind of seems like a judgment call or whatever. But really, I'm not really, we all have judgments, we all say things. But look, as people know, look, I've had friends of all walks of life, all types of different scenarios, and I've enjoyed them all. They were all very meaningful to me, and I'm very caring towards everyone in general. But there are times when you go out and you're just not in a good mood, or somebody pissed you off, so you take it out on them. That happens, it's normal. Being angry is something you shouldn't suppress. Of course, you shouldn't be going crazy, obviously, but being angry isn't something you should totally suppress. I mean, for the most part, you guys see me when you see me in public. I'm pretty much not really angry. I'm pretty much like friendly as much as possible. Try to be really nice. Um, you know, I try my best. Sometimes I can't do a good job. Um, but it's not because I don't. It's because we have natural people that we're more gravitated towards. You have natural instincts towards people we like more. So, and you try, the best thing to do is to be nice to everyone, including people that you normally wouldn't be nice to. But, it's easier said than done, right? But I try my best to make sure I'm nice to everyone. And my mood changes. There are some days of the week that like depending on the week, where I feel like being nice to everyone and thinking everyone's amazing. Then there's some days that I'm just like so frustrated and angry and I just want to take it out on everyone or people in general, some people. And that happens, right? If you get angry, you might want to take it out on people, but you try not to, but sometimes you can't help it, right? Like, if you've ever been in a relationship and you had an argument, that's the person you love, that's the person you really cherish. But you're going to have arguments, you're not going to be perfect. So it's the same goes with people in general. Now, when you're talking about people in general, you can't be held against it because it's like people in general, you're not going to be able to be nice to everyone. I try to be nice to everyone, but but there are days where my mood is not as good, right? If I'm in a really good mood, then yes, of course I'm really nice and friendly to everyone, but I think people know that I'm a celebrity type, so they want me to be nice to everyone. And of course I usually am, but, but you know, it's hard to be like, I'm just not used to people knowing who I am, you know? And it's not that I'm not saying it's a bad thing or a good thing. I think it's a good thing, actually, that people know who I am for what I do, and people like me. It's just that some people have a hard time around me, so it's just hard to sort of like get into a mode where I'm like, oh, you know, um, they're jealous or whatever. I hate the word jealous, and I hate thinking that people are upset with me for being successful type. I'm not successful yet, but you know, it really comes down to how you want to be remembered. You know, if you want to be remembered as an entertainer, and you want to remember to be being nice, you know, I am really nice, but it's just that when you see me alone, I like to say and do whatever I want when I'm alone, right? So if I'm making judgment calls or doing whatever, it's not that I'm rude or anything. It's just that's how I naturally choose to decide what I think, right? So like if you, let's say you're around people that you just think, you think certain things around them, but if you were to talk to them, you would just be really friendly. You wouldn't say anything rude or anything. But you have natural judgments where you think of certain things, and you can't help that, right? That's just normal. So when you're a celebrity, what's the difference of you feeling of that and saying these things out loud than if you're not a celebrity type, right? Like, I mean, it really comes down to person that's not a celebrity versus person that is a celebrity type. You know, why can a person that's a celebrity type be angry about something? Why can a person that is known to the world be able to feel a certain way about something, you know? We should be in touch with all of our emotions, you know? If someone hits us the wrong way with the way that they are when we see them, like not necessarily like a human rights issue, but just in general with what they've done or what they've said, then you know you can't help but have judgments. But when you're talking to the person, you're going to be friendly. Of course, I'm going to be friendly. Like I'm not. I've had people that I've always been, you know, they've always been really rude to me and said really rude things to me over and over and over again. But whenever I'm talking to them, I mean, obviously I have a hard time with them, but whenever I'm talking to them and they're in a good mood, I'm in a good mood all the time pretty much. So I'm going to be nice, right? That's just how I am, you know. But you know, it's just, you know, and I mean, it's not something that has to be justified, right? Like, if you're a total stranger to someone, you should not care how you're perceived, right? Like, but because I'm a celebrity type, people perceive me a certain way, and so they want me to be a certain way all the time. But that's putting me in a box that I can't always do, right? So, you know, I mean, for the most part, yes, I'm friendly. For the most part, yes, they don't judge. And for the most part, you're going to see me be always friendly to everyone. But you know, like I do get angry, I do have emotions, you know, I'm pretty good about my emotions. You know, I think there's a lot of people that would be in my position that would be a lot worse than I am. Like Sean Penn actually punched out someone for taking his photo when they were paparazzi, right? That's not something I would ever do. I don't like the paparazzi. I don't think paparazzi, I mean, but I mean, I like those magazines, right? So if I like the magazines that the paparazzi is making, then why would I not? I don't buy them or anything, but I like when I see them, I like them. So, you know, I mean, really, it comes down to, it's a job, you know. But, I mean, I personally prefer not to get my photograph taken. I personally prefer not to be videotaped, but people do anyway, so I can't do anything about it. But I mean, like, you know, when it comes down to, um, our personas, you know. If you see someone that is, you know, ordinary and doesn't get any attention whatsoever and no one hits on them, well, chances are if they have judgments, no one's going to stop them because no one's even going to notice because those people don't get any attention whatsoever. But for someone like me who's a celebrity type, who's popular, who always gets attention, who's always seen as out of their league, I'm going to be, people are going to they're going to notice me and they're going to watch me for making mistakes. And, I'm personally someone that doesn't make very many mistakes, but if I'm going to be watched like I'm going to make a mistake, chances are at some point I do make mistakes, right? So, I mean, for the most part, people are very, very good. They're always positive on my channel. They're always super friendly. They're always super nice. I'm always super nice. I try to be. I'm always trying to be very friendly. But, there are times where you falter, right? On both ends, People that might like me might be very upset with me for being super talented. And so I can understand that. If I was given less ability than someone else in this type of field, and I was working a regular job that was like, minimum wage, and I see this person that's, my car salesman job doesn't pay that much, but it's more than minimum wage, but I see this person that's going to be like a superstar, that might trigger something for me. And I totally understand that. And I also understand that there are people that are in that position that think I'm the greatest thing ever and love me, and maybe they're young, so they're going to grow out of the position, so they're not worried about it. But there are people that are like permanently going to make minimum wage, and they're totally happy with me. They love me. They're so nice to me. It's everyone's different. It's not money is not something that people are going to be jealous about necessarily if they have a good heart, right? Or if they love entertainment, they're not going to care how much they make. They're going to love me no matter what. And same goes for me, I'm going to like people that I like, and there are people that are going to be exceptions, and there are people that I'm going to be like, oh, it's not a big deal if they say this or that, and then other people I'm going to be like, why do they say that? But for the most part, I'm just going on and on. For the most part, it's just more of a matter of, um, we can't all like everyone. We can't all be friendly to everyone, but we certainly try. And I notice a lot of people are not friendly with me, and I really, really try to be friendly even to those people, but it's hard. Like, you have a hard time, but I mean, you really have to focus on your friends and people that are around you that you love and people that are your family. Because if you worry too much about people that you don't even know, I mean, who knows what their lives are like, right? So you have to really focus on the people that are around you, that are your friends and family, your partners that you date, your business partners. Those are the people that you have to focus on, because those are the people that are people that you actually know. When you're wanting to meet new people, yeah, you want to branch out. But there are really some people that just can't stand me for no reason. Because I'm super nice, I'm super talented. So people don't like me for no reason. And there's nothing I can do about that. And there's nothing I would want to do about that. I don't want someone to like me if they don't like me. It's totally fine if someone hates me when they, if someone hates me when they just hate me, and that's okay. And I have family, and some people know my family members, and maybe they had a hard time with one of my family members, right? Like, I don't know. How am I supposed to know, right? So I know one girl couldn't stand me, and I was like, I thought she was the sweetest thing ever, but she couldn't stand me because my dad must have had a hard time with her, because he maybe he didn't find her interesting to talk to, and she probably thought he was good looking or something, right? So, it's not like it's unheard of that someone could have a bad situation with a family member of mine, or whatever, even though my family's nice too. But, we all have our preferences, we all like what we like. The whole point is you should be relaxed, live life to the fullest, enjoy your life, date who you want. Obviously, they have to want to date you. You can't date someone that's not going to want to date you. So, if somebody is saying to their partner, oh, they're into me, I'm only into people that are interested in me, right? Like, I'm not going to be into, and, some people, yes, they look great. Of course, I'd be into them if they were interested in me. But, most people I find are not my type because I'm just super picky. But 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 you know, it's harmless, really. You know, it's a cute comment. But sometimes you're just like, okay, like seriously, why would I be into you when I? And it's not a bad thing, but it's like, why would I be into you if you have a partner? You know, I'm only into people that are single, and maybe they're not. Maybe they are single. I don't know. How am I supposed to know? Anyway, totally enjoy the show, darling. I went on and on, darling.